Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday night, so you already know it is time to travel back down the road to our favorite city, Westeros. And the two fellow travelers, companions I have going down that road with me, of course, the realest Targaryen of them all, Phantom D. What's good tonight, bro?
You know how I know I'm the realest Targaryen? If I was there in the damn episode, I would have Dracarys at least one person, just one, and it would have been Kristen, or should I say
Somebody got to
Krispy
go.
Kreme?
He said, we got to make an example of somebody. We're about to find out right now. Oh, my second fellow traveler coming down the path with us is Akenes Valerian. What's good, AK? How we doing tonight?
Hey, doing all right, bro. Over here trying to get over all of the sex bots that chasing us around these YouTube streets because we keep talking about this Fatussi situation. So we're gonna see how long it takes them to jump over here.
Oh, we got peepers and creepers. You just can't stop them. What's up? We got some new names out there in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're ready to get into some House of the Dragon. Oh, as always, we got Jake Cruz, Peter Griffin in the house. What's good? What's good? We got the Imagination Realm. Welcome back. Oh, man, we got a what is that? Carl Karstart?
Is that Carl? Yeah.
What's up, Carl? Welcome, welcome. Oh, we got Shadowcat backs in the house. Lundy V, welcome.
Lady Bex.
Oh, man, I hope you're all ready to get into it. Oh, man.
Can I interject one quick thing first? I would like to give a hearty happy name day to our Lady Shadowcat Bex. Thank you for coming over and hanging with us. And Lady V's in the chat too. I see you, girl.
Lady V, welcome, welcome. Oh, happy birthday. Always fun to have somebody with their name's day with us. But today we're going to be talking about House of the Dragon Season 1, Episode 9, The Green Council. And it finally happened. It happened a little bit differently than it did in the book, but it is finally here, the true beginnings of the Dance of the Dragon. It is upon us, and I am pumped. Because like I said, this is where it starts in the book. I can't believe it's the final 2 episodes. Like, can you believe we're already on Episode 9, Phantom?
Nah, I can't believe it. Honestly, again, I was saying it's like beginning of the the streams. Like when this whole series was announced, I was like, Targaryen TV show, it's whatever. Will I watch it? Of course. You cut me. I bleed Game of Thrones, so I'm gonna watch this show. But as the first episode happened, I was like, oh shoot, let's get it on. And now we're on episode 9, and once we finally get episode 10, we got wait till like what 2024 till they actually get the kickoff to this how a freaking Dance of the Damn Dragons. I weep. Where's my damn time machine? Where's my TARDIS, Damon?
He said, "Where's my TARDIS, Damon? Why you got to bring in Doctor Who?" Oh, what's up? Why so curious? Welcome, welcome. Oh, we got them all in the house today. But man, it was crazy how that little boy made his way all the way through the castle to go find Talia in the kitchen to alert her that the king has passed. Like, this just showed us how much juice this handmaiden has. Like, something as big as the king's death, and he doesn't alert the king's guard that was surely standing right outside the door. He didn't go to the hand. He didn't run and tell the queen. This little boy walked halfway through this humongous castle to go find Talia. Like, how much juice does this woman have, AK?
I don't know if it's necessarily juice. I just think that little boy is probably making a pretty spare copper to give his little brand of secrets that he's given and to go and get his money. That's just how I saw it. I mean, it's really not her that's got the clout. It's her boss that has the clout.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, he would have had to walk out that door right past a king's guard.
There were no guards. They showed us the hallway. There weren't any guards. This kid didn't pass one guard on his way there.
I saw him go through, but we didn't see him come out the door, did we? I mean, doesn't there have to be a king's guard always protecting the king at all times? Doesn't he have to be standing outside his post?
You would think, but there's been a lack of guards in many places in this show so far.
I question that in like almost every, even in Game of Thrones, I even question that at times too. I'm like,
Yes.
This is some like whack ass like security in this whole series.
Ridiculous security.
Yeah, that's crazy. There always has to be at least one, usually 2 standing guard with the king. So yeah, that's insane that he would be able to get by all that and not talk to anybody and go to town. That just showed me this girl is higher and has more power than we think. I think. Like I said, he had to walk.
It's always down to the help. It's always down to the help to know things before anybody else do.
Oh, Mysaria let him know the people only give you as much power as we feel like giving you. It's like, but we're the true ones in control. Like, we are the masses. That was insane.
Exactly.
We talked about it. But that was a pretty slick sign that they had worked out to show when the king had died, like the way she lit that candle in the window. I was like, I mean, they have their shit on lockdown. They're going to be a problem, I think. And then they changed it a bit on the small council, like how that went. Like, I really wish they would have stuck to the original story, but this one worked well enough. But Cole definitely should have slit his throat. Like, I don't know, the way he slammed his head down on the table like that, that was a little bit cheesy to me. But I don't know, it's just a show watcher. What do you think, Phantom?
Oh, African. Well, I liked how it was done, but at the same time, fuck Kristen. Like, again, how many times this man gets away with stuff like this? And yet, again, literally, the man was like, yo, remove your cloak, put down your sword, and like nothing happened. Like, again, like I said before in the other stream, like how much pull this man has. Granted, I know, Allison, he's underneath her palm, but still, like this man's getting away with so much stuff.
Unbelievable. Absolutely. Like, how is he not in a black cell somewhere? Like, I don't know. You've read the books. What do you think about that little scene, AK, the way they took Mr. Lord Beesbury out?
I didn't mind it. Honestly, I think it fit a little better because we already know Crispy ain't shit. So we already knew soon as Lord Beesbury, his poor self, I'll give it to him. Rest in peace, Lord Beesbury. He was a real one in that moment. He said what he said. Like y'all don't know my friend better than I do. Okay, you ain't gonna tell me what he said on his deathbed after we just saw him hobble his ass out of his sick bed yesterday and tell us again that his daughter is supposed to be on the throne. You really want me to believe this nonsense? Nah, not gonna do it. And yeah, Crispy was gonna do what he did, and it seemed to work. It was fitting, I think. And then when he really tried to buck up, our boy Westerling came up. Westerling said, "Yo, Nuck, if you butt, bitch, what you gonna do?"
That was amazing. Yeah, Imagination Film, I know they like keyed in on him closing the door, but it was like a really tight shot. They didn't show either side of the door. And it just, like I said, it seems like they should always have a King's Guard guarding the king. That one was just kind of crazy.
I mean, even if a guard was out there, though, that little boy doesn't necessarily have to say anything to them. They wouldn't know. They're used to the king being sickly and he's high on milk of the poppy all the time. He not making no noise. That's normal.
Yeah. No, exactly. But yeah, just the fact that he wouldn't say something to him, even if he was there, and just kept creeping on by. He was definitely a good paid little spy. Just absolutely. He was definitely a little bird spy for the maid.
It's about the coppers.
The signal. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. The way they lit that candle in the order they lit it, that was exactly the sign. That was amazing.
When you're a master spyman, that's what you do.
They probably see each other running in and out, giving the king some milk of the poppy all the time. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Jackie C? I say out there. Welcome back. Welcome back. So yeah, I'm not saying it's weird for him not to talk to the guards on their thing. I'm sure he walks in and out of there without talking to them all the time. But the fact that he knows the king is dead and didn't say anything, it's amazing. Didn't like the Beesbury death either. Yeah, it just seemed weird the way they just slammed his head down on that deck. Like, I mean, just do it in the books. Just step up from behind him and slit his throat. That would have been so smooth and clean and kept to the original story. And I don't know. I don't like that.
Still would have had the same outcome though.
Oh, absolutely. Crispy took Damon out from behind. He's a snake. Oh, he is indeed.
True.
But why was Allison acting so new? Like, she always knew what her dad's wishes were for Aegon. So, like, why now she wants to act all shocked that they've been plotting since the jump? Like, what's up with that, AK?
Bruh, the ridiculousness of Allison in this series. Like when I talked about it with the ladies last night, like that was my main question with Allison. How did you think you were going to stay in any kind of power when Viserys died? You're the Queen Dowager now. This pulls right back to that conversation when Kevin had to shut his niece down. So sorry, fandom, I don't like you, girl. Fuck Cersei. The same, he had to put her on the same game. You actually had thought you were gonna be running shit. No, you have no power here, Allison. They don't need you no more. Low key, they didn't need you at all because they were already planning this. Remember, he said in that meeting, our long laid plans can now go into action. How she didn't think this was already in the works is beyond me. It really is.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Makes no sense.
I like the killing, good symbolism of dying, being killed by politics, Game of Thrones, with the Dragonstone itself, but the lack of reaction was sort of silly. Lannister reacted. He got his
I mean,
he was like
wasn't
about to like book it out the room, and everyone was like, "Nah, get back down, sit down till the
that's
discussion
because
is over."
Lannister's a little bitch. You know why nobody really reacted? Because Orwell was the only one that isn't really on Team Green. Like, and you'll see a lot more of Orwell coming up in the story later. But right here, he tried to grab Beesbury, not because he's necessarily on the green side, but just because he wanted him to sit down and be quiet and not get killed. That's why he was trying to talk to him and say, hey, Lord Beesbury, come on. I mean, but my guy's got to think about his head too. He can't pop off right now. That's bad. That's not good for him.
Mind your tongue. Mind your tongue.
Exactly.
Tylen said they wasn't messing up his good coat.
Right, yeah, that everybody in there is already Team Green except for Orwell and Westerling. Westerling just don't give a fuck. If you want a nonsense, he ain't with it.
I mean, technically, we don't. It depends on which Maester's recordings that you're reading, because nobody that wrote about it was there back then. So, I mean, some people say he died in the black cell, so we really don't know. But I like the whole throat slitting, just absolutely getting it done. Like, we doing this, so you either on board or you ain't.
Or you not.
But yeah, it's there was no going back and forth. Or wow, who's gonna clean this up?
Which was probably him.
Nah, he's the Grand Maester. He ain't cleaning shit. They gonna get a little servant boy in there.
No,
of course. Like, oh, can we please remove the body? They were like, hell no.
Like, we ain't doing nothing yet. We're about to handle this. But shout out to Lord B. Like, him and Sir Harold for staying true among these traitorous bastards. They were the real ones. I gotta give it. If it came to blows, fandom, who do you think wins that duel between Christian and Lord Commander Harold?
The Lord Commander right there. He reminds you of Harrison Selmy at that point. You know, minus the whole hallway scene in that season, but that would have been on him.
How about you, AK? You feel the same way?
I think so. I mean, if you look at the times we've seen Crispy fight, like a real fight, what was it? He went up against the boar, and then in the tourney, he was losing. He only won because he took that cheap shot at Damon's back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not convinced this dude is as great of a fighter as everybody thinks he is. So no, I think Westerland would have put him to the ground or chopped him in half, and he knew that. That's why he backed down.
He's like, maybe I better not jump. He's like, I'll just.
Yeah, he thought better of that real quick. He was like, okay, I'm just going back over here. The Queen's
like, settle down, put your blade down. He's like, okay. Like,
right.
Listen to my queen here. That's the real reason why.
Only because my queen said so, but I'm gonna go ahead and act right.
That's when you over there fucking around at the kids' table at church, and your mom or your dad just look down the table at you, and you see that look, you'd be like,
oh, yeah. You're gonna find that act right real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. What's going to happen when Lord Beesbury's people find out he was just murdered in the small council for just doing the right thing, AK?
Who's going to find that out?
You think they just...
I mean, at least at this point in time right now, who's going to find that out? No one.
Oh, it might not be now, but things get out, and I think their people will find out the truth of it.
Later on, maybe they might do something, but what could they really do about it? I mean, House Beesbury does have a long history, and I can't remember if they're still around in the Game of Thrones time, but they're not as major a deal as some other families that are closer to King's Landing. So for them to be able to pull any type of retribution, I don't think they would be able to. And once this is all over, that they won't even need to. I think enough get back is going to be had.
Absolutely. Didn't Orwell trying to pull that card in the book? I mean, they were back and there's a couple of them wavering back and forth, but they all found some act right as soon as that throat got slit, or taken down to the black cells.
Mm-hmm.
You can take him to the training lab for the medical students. Exactly. You don't want to go down to them black cells and never come back.
Yeah. Real quick, Lady V, Orwell is the Grand Maester. That was at the table. The black guy that was sitting next to Lord Beesbury.
The gray rat in the robe. Oh, I think they just wanted to highlight those dumb balls. I'm the same way. I did not understand these balls. I was asking that.
I don't get why they're there either. They don't have any type of recording technology. Like if you're trying to just take attendance, you could just mark on the parchment. Yeah, this Lord was here. This Lord was here. This Lord wasn't. I don't get why they're there either.
Yeah. Allison and Beesbury, yeah, they couldn't have Beesbury in on the plan either because they already saw how he was going to act. Like they knew he wasn't going to go along with it, so they had to keep away from him. But yeah,
and then Otto was like talking even before he even like took the ball and placed it. I was like, wait a minute. If so, then what's the whole point of it?
I think what I remember hearing was like they're to show like an official meeting is happening. So like when they're in there just randomly talking or other, you're not going to see though. Like if it's just the king and Otto, you're not going to see that. If it's just like Orwell or a couple of them sitting in there chatting for whatever reason. But if there's an official meeting, that's when all the balls are in place. It's still kind of dumb, but I mean, I guess.
What's up? We got a new name in the chat. Philly64. Welcome. Good to see you out there.
Hello.
Oh, we also got Mike Bay in the house. Welcome.
My boy, what's good?
Good to see y'all out there. Oh, thanks for coming through. Have some fun. Let's talk about these dragons. I'm telling you. Jake says you couldn't take Sir Gerald. Sir Gerald's the man. Like I said, he gives me the embarrassed and sell me feel.
I do also want to give a quick shout out though to our lady Heidi at Costume Codes. Fandom was just on with her, and Bex was also co-hosting that, and that's where a lot of our folks are coming over from because we definitely shouted the stream out once they were finished.
Absolutely, I agree, Carl. 100%. Most people are just buffoons by the end of it. They don't have those skills. Those balls are kind of dangerous. Yeah, we see they are now. Are you kidding me? Poor bees. Attack of the killer bees. Oh, the grain maester indeed. Otto was full of shit, talking about Rhaenyra will be given every opportunity to claim fealty to Aegon. Then he's instantly trying to send her Sir Harold out to Dragonstone, talking about be quick and clean about it. Where's there every opportunity in that? Like, come on.
Some bull. We all knew what was going to happen. You wanted them to go to Dragonstone and kill every damn person there.
Who was the army going to kill on Dragonstone, though?
But obviously,
did they forget there's dragons on Dragonstone? You only send in the army? Really? There's 3 whole ass dragons over there, and don't let a damn flare of or some signal get over to Driftmark, because then that's 2 more dragons coming in. What the hell's wrong with you people? Who's planning this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more symbolism. It's like, what do you think you're gonna do besides get roasted?
It's gonna be that's what we saw in the preview. It's gonna be that same random bridge action where they're gonna be like, "Oh, we forgot there were dragons there." Idiots.
Yeah, they kind of forget about that. But I know they got a little reminding of that at the end of this episode. I can't wait to get to that.
Ugh.
Oh man, exactly. It was just I can't wait. But yeah, he's just Sir Otto's full of shit talking about it and then trying to instantly. He knows he's just going to kill them. He's like, some people just got to go in the end. It's also showing how Otto told the Maester to sit his ass back down, like no one's going anywhere till we figure this out. But then when Sir Harold said I'm out, nobody spoke a word on it.
Who was going to stop him?
No.
I mean, they didn't make a move. They didn't go to say nothing. He's like, watch my.
Even if they sent word to the guards, he would have walked right past them guards and just looked. I dare you do something. I dare you.
Well, yeah,
them guards have too much respect for him. They even because you remember back then the King's Guard was actually down for the King's Guard and down for the king. So in no order that Otto could have given, I don't think would have had any one of those guys raise a sword to Westerling. Not at all.
Yeah. At least he was smart, not like Sir Barristan. Sir Barristan threw down the damn sword. I was like, how are you going to get out of here if they attack you now? You might want to keep that on the way out talking all that.
I'm sure he's got a dagger.
My man would have made it through.
He's very the bold.
Yeah, exactly. That was a bold move. I was like, I'm not trying to take on 20 people without mines. I love how Helena despises her mother. Like every time Allison has tried to get close or touch her, like she always flinches away. She's like, dude, I see you, snake in the grass. She's even telling the handmaiden stories about it. Like I love how she's always breaking down what's actually going on around her, but she seems like she's just oblivious and clueless to everything. Like, what do you think about the Helena character, fandom?
That's the only Targaryen / Hightower I give a damn about. Everyone else, I don't care.
She's just trying to hang out with her spiders and bugs and be cool with it. But I mean, she is just constantly dropping knowledge about what's really going down.
I'm gonna
She's
find
really
this
just
meme.
spoiling everything on this damn series before it happens.
There's a meme that that has been circulating on Twitter that pretty much sums up everyone's consensus on Helena. I'll share it after I find it.
Is that the one with the swords?
Yes, literally it doesn't matter. Green, black, Kingsguard, small folk, whatever. Everyone is no protect Helena. Like literally, if I could jump in the screen and just get her and the kids out of there, I would.
It's like getting the key to the city. It doesn't really open anything. Oh man. Speaking of snakes, Otto finds Sir Eric, not to be confused with his other brother Daryl or his other brother Daryl. And dude, like he just sends him on a little scavenger hunt to go locate the would-be king. Like it's funny to see the Greens like already battling each other. Who's gonna like be the one to be able to guide Aegon? Like what's gonna end up going down with Papa and daughter, AK?
I don't know. I don't know because, like I said before, Allison don't really fuck with none of her kids like that. She does not like any of them, and Aegon especially. You know, she's already told him, "You're no son of mine." Why? Because you're like the worst type of fuckboy, Aegon. No one should care about you at all, ever. So I'm expecting. I didn't expect him to cry for his mommy like he did, but that happened, and she's gonna try to do what she thinks is right, and she thinks because she has a righteous cause with prophecy now that Aegon, even though it's a whole other live Aegon on Dragonstone, I guess we just gonna forget about him. She thinks that Aegon has this grand destiny that now she absolutely has a righteous cause to put him on the throne. So she's gonna do what she thinks she has to do. But I hate that they wrote it like that because it makes it seem like she's just running on a misunderstanding. No, it's not.
She knows exactly what's happening.
She knows what she's doing.
Oh man. Rhaenyra is a light sleeper, like, and wakes up here, and when she hears that her doors are being locked down, and she is not a happy camper when she realizes she is being held against her will. What do you do in that situation, Phantom? What, wake up and find out you can't even leave your room? Like, what?
I mean, I got a PS5 in my room, so it's like, it's not much of like a panic, really. And I'm like on the second floor, so it's like I can still escape. As opposed to her, she can't like jump out the window or something; she'll die.
Oh man, that's absolutely ridiculous. That's my question. Like, with her bond of melees, could she have just summoned her dragon to come swoop her up at the window, AK?
See, and I was thinking the same thing, but melees may not have been able to fly out because there are chains in the dragon pit. So it's highly possible there might have been a chain around her neck.
Or she was just locked up in a door or whatever.
Yeah.
No way to get out.
Because we've seen the Targaryens definitely have a very, very close like psychic bond with their dragons. That Danny never has to whistle for Drogon. He'll just pop up at the right time because he feels her in danger or something.
At least with the Daryls, you could tell them apart. I love that everyone remembers the New Heart reference. It's so great. Oh, when sending Cole on the task, Alicent threw in "for everything you feel for me as queen." Have these two already smashed at this point, AK? Like, there's definitely something happening there when they were face to face.
I told y'all. Crispy been spreading them green cheeks. I don't care. Nobody's gonna make me think different. He has been in there, day in and day out, tapping that. And if you watch this with subtitles, if I'm remembering correctly, she said, "For the love you bear me, ... as your queen." She has to say "as your queen" because there's servants listening. If that comes back into conversation against them at any point in time, she has to be able to refute it somehow. So the fact that it seemed like an afterthought that she said "as your queen." Nah, these two absolutely have a thing for each other, and I'm very sure that they have consummated that crush more than once.
What do you think about that, Phantom? You feeling that?
I was against it until this episode. Like he has to be.
I mean, it just there was something there when they looked at each other. And what's up? Do you think Aemon knew it, like the way he jumped in, or was he just there for the mission? Like, do you think he knows that something's up between these two?
I don't think he knew there was something up.
If he does, I don't think he cares.
That's not part of. That's not what his mission is. He's like one
Yeah.
track mind. Like I would think Melee was going to come down from the roof of Raven's room. Yeah, I kind of thought she might be able to call him too, but yeah, she's probably locked up. Yeah, probably locked up in the dragon pit. He said maybe, maybe not. Everything is 50-50. Oh man, so yeah, what's up with even at that age, Aegon seemed like so awkward, like talking about women and sex. Like, what's up with Aemon? Is he just that nerdy, or is it just not his cup of tea? AK, are women not his?
Yeah, I don't think it's nerdy. I don't think that it's women aren't his cup of tea. I just think that he's a person that isn't sexually driven. I mean, from what the small undertones that I've seen, I think he has a thing for Helena, and that's just where it's always been. He's putting all of his energy and focus into being a good fighter and prepping himself to be ready to rule if need be. Like, you know, he says it during this whole run. You know, if it came down to crowning me, you know, nobody would have to run and find me. I would be right here. They would know where to find me. So he's not driven by calls of the flesh like his brother is.
I'm surprised he's not married and have kids by now.
You would think they would have made some type of match for him by now. He's far past the age point.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's interesting that they haven't.
Is the other brother married yet or no? That's
Daeron? No,
Yeah.
Daeron's a child.
Okay.
Daeron's still a child. I'm pretty well. Maybe a preteen, possibly. I don't know. They haven't given us a consensus on what's aging up or aging down, even that they've given that they've done with him.
Is hard.
We just know he's in Old Town. That's it.
Okay.
Jackie C thinks that she's willing with Larry's, but not with Krispy Kreme. What do we think about that, fandom? You think she'd sleep with Clubfoot before she would Crispy?
Hell no.
No.
You thought I was gonna hit with your course, didn't you?
He said, always keep them guessing, keep them on their toes.
Nah, she is thoroughly disgusted by Lars.
Rainey says Bluetooth connection with Melee's, but the connection.
The optics was bad, man. Melee's was in the basement. The optics was bad. The Bluetooth wasn't getting connected right.
Aemon is too serious, but just because he is so serious and so determined, would he make a better king? Like, do you think he's better king material in the end? Absolutely not. No, we may just find that out.
Honestly, if I had to vote, I would vote for Aemon. I'm sorry.
Well, in the situation,
if the only other choice is Aegon, yeah, I probably would too. But I think they'll show next season. Aemon, all the fuck shit that Otto was trying to pin on Daemon with him being ruthless and bloodthirsty and just being a horrible degenerate of a person. Aemon embodies all of that. All of that.
Yeah. I don't think she's with Cole, but there's something like keeping him on a string to do her bidding. Yeah, it could just be the carrot. She could just be putting that carrot out there, but now he's too afraid. He saw what happened last time he messed with royalty. But, I mean, that's on some next level when you try to sleep with the king's wife. Like, you get found out there, it's off with more than your head. So, yeah, I don't know.
Fair.
I'm also driven by more pure, untamed love of the blade as well. Absolutely. The other targets at the moment for him to marry. Aemon still could be good for a bargaining chip. Yeah, that might be what they're keeping him for whenever it goes down. Need to marry him into the most powerful house at the time. Oh, absolutely. That's what it could be, but I don't know. It almost seems like there's something more. She might be disgusted, but she's still showing those toes.
That's a contract, and that's only toes though. She ain't spreading the cheeks for him.
Oh man, yeah, that's still though.
He views her as the mother until he maybe gets a little whisper that she's showing some the footussie on the low. So.
Talking about that Project Pain magic, absolutely. Teasing. Crude but effective, you know it. Like I said, keep that carrot. Get what you need. Oh, we don't get a decent leader until this and Bork already out in the spoilers. And it's the usual things at work. Yeah, exactly. You talk crap about someone's kids and yours turn out to be the same way or worse. You know it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, coming back. Who does One Eye think he's fooling dressed up in that beggar
Holy
cloak, random?
lords.
Like, having two princelings visit their establishment was probably, like, far and away the biggest event that ever happened in these four's life. Like, of course
You
they're going
think so?
to. Yes. Are you kidding me? That's royalty. Like, what else is there back in those days? Like, and even if not, Eamon's not exactly a non-familiar face with the one eye and the patch and everything. Like, who does he think he's hiding from, AK?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, does everyone in Flea Bottom know what he looked? They know that he doesn't have one eye, but I guarantee you, he ain't the only dude in King's Landing that has one eye.
Probably the only one with that
And
nice
is,
little
is
silky
everyone?
black patch and how perfectly fit and formed to his head and got the bling around it, I'm sure. Probably even got a
How
little
much has we'd have to know how much Aemond has been outside of the castle. He's only been to that place once because Aegon took him there. He doesn't strike me as someone that wants to just go walk about and be among the common folk. He doesn't really deal with people that he deems beneath him.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like rumors were just rampant back then, and it just seems like, I mean, there's so little going on. Like, what more is there? What better rumors are there to talk about than royalty? I'm sure the gossip is afoot. So, I mean, I would think just about everybody in Flea Bottom would know. Yeah, I get it. See what I did there? I would think everybody in Flea Bottom would be on it, though.
Probably. I mean, I don't even think it's about rumors though. For her, she was low key feeling the little prince. You know, he was only 13. You know, wide eyed young buck last time she saw him, but now she was looking like, oh hey boo. Hey.
I looked at it as if like she probably took his virginity or something.
Her or whatever girl she sent in with him. Possible.
And you don't think that'd be a big deal for, even if they are in the streets of Silk, like that the fact that
I guarantee that is not the only noble person that has crossed those doors.
No, but taking a prince's virginity, that's one that I don't think she would ever forget. I don't.
Maybe.
That stays with
hey,
her.
Bridget.
Yeah, they were so obvious. Exactly. You say Queen Hub.
Queen Hub. Yes, Lawrence CK. That is his nickname forevermore.
Oh man. Yep. Cool. That was obvious. Oh man, yeah, he seems so butthurt, but she like that she remembered him, but wouldn't exactly. You called me. I wouldn't call him exactly a master of disguise. Is all I'm saying. I think they knew exactly who that was. Like maybe the most common, but some people saw him walk and knew who he was, and then even more rumors like there's a prince in the streets of Flea Bottom. Like I'm sure that just went through like telephone. Otto in the throne room trying to bulldog some high lords, saying you once supported Rhaenyra, so you now must support Aegon. Like why? Like I'd be like, fuck you, Lord Hand. I don't gotta do nothing. Like who was he up there trying to bulldog? But then he did. Like what would happen if all those lords would have just turned around and walked out? Like just not getting past the Kingsguard? Like that's a pretty bold move, isn't it?
You will go to the cells, and then the moment you start heading to those cells, you're like, wait a minute, maybe your bending knee ain't all that bad.
It would have just been a little bit shorter of a session and a little bit more messier.
And then what's his face? Cardwell, mispronounced his name. Dumb enough to be the last one. Excuse my apologies. You know me and names, AK. Literally the dumbest one to bend the knee last. I'm like, are you kidding me? If it was me, I would just bend the knee just to bend the knee. And then when it's the right moment, then I bounce.
Oh, and what happened to the one man that did that? One person tried that move. How'd that work out?
Okay, but okay. The key words there were the right time. The right time.
It was like the moment he had his chance. Like he left. I'm like, what are you doing, my guy? You didn't even wait till the king get crowned yet. See when the prince get crowned. No. The moment after the whole situation, deuces. I'm like, come on.
He didn't have to wait that long. What he had to do was not do it, one, in broad daylight, two, at a gate that was so heavily populated with activity, and three, on horseback. No cloak, nothing to even try to cover up, make you blend in with the small folk. You're a noble on horseback. People are going to notice you. You knew that you were in an escape situation there. He knew that. So why would you not plan a little bit more? Okay, you don't know all the secret passageways. Fine. There's a whole 7 other gates that you could have went out.
Absolutely.
A whole bunch more exits that you could have gotten. Wait till nightfall at least.
And were those 2 people like from House Well, or was just one of them?
Just one
House
of them.
Fell. How the lady was from House Fell, and then the guy that got caught, that was House Caswell.
It was House.
Okay. Oh no, because it was like in that scene, there was that one gentleman
that
was
guy
like,
yeah, I don't remember where the other guy was from.
He's from. Well, they didn't say. I had to do some. Had to do some deep dive.
Because I was like rewatching. I'm like, I don't remember. I thought they both were from Housewell or whatever. Because Otto was like, oh, take them. So I'm like, okay, I guess they're both from Housewell. Because then after that, Housewell like he bent a knee, and so I'm like, okay. Because if not, then when he said take them away, why didn't he take all three of them away?
Yeah,
so
no, those
were
weird. Those were three different houses. The lady was from House Fell. The man, the big guy, was from House Sorry, and then the other guy, we don't even know what house he's from. We just know his name. But,
hey, Santi.
They said his name as he walked away, and he had to have captions on for that. So yeah, they were very vague. They didn't really let us know other than House Fell. Yeah, House Fell, House Sorry, and Alone. Yeah,
Jackie is asking, is House Caswell in the dungeons? No, that body that was hanging in the map room, the future map room, that was Lord Caswell.
Yeah,
he did.
Hey, what's up, Bridget? Welcome. Glad you're here. Absolutely, but yeah, that was I wish they would have kind of said.
I thought that guy was gonna have like a big role next season or something. Next thing you know, he dead. Y'all were hyping him up for me. Y'all like, oh, Phantom.
Were we hyping up House Caswell?
You said
sure?
If you said Phantom, like, watch out for this guy. Next to you,
guy on the stairs. Absolutely. He says they just put him out. Yeah, they're gonna.
I don't recall that.
They're gonna take some when Rhaenyra was walking up the stairs right after pregnancy, and he stopped on the stairs and was like wishing her well.
That wasn't House Caswell. That was
it was
Jory's house. That was Jory's house. That's Cassell.
Cassell.
Was it?
Caswell and Cassell are two different houses, bro.
And
that's why I noticed it, because his last name was Cassell. That's a northern house.
'Cause I remember two bald guys.
Positive.
So. All right.
Positive. Go back and look.
Check it out. And just like my little she-bear in the OG, like it was the woman who spoke up first and claimed House Fell will not turn its cloak. And I was like, House Sorry stayed their oath as well. And I'm like, again, props to the real ones who tried to stand up. And it looks like they made it out better than the one who faked it and just took a knee when he didn't want to. So sometimes you just got to stay true. But again, that man, like, have a backup plan, have some words, have a story, have something. Like, he just had nothing. Like, you were going to get got, my guy. But while walking through Flea Bottom, a girl seems to be watching the Eric brothers. And before talking to him, they run into an underground fight club for miniatures. And we also see in here that there be dragon seeds sprinkled about in there. Boy, they filled a lot in that little scene. But that was disturbing. Like, what were you thinking about that, AK? Making these little kids fight each other?
That did not sit well. Like, I knew Flea Bottom was bad, but damn.
That was so disturbing. Hearing the kids grow their nails and file their teeth just so they can inflict more damage. Like, how are you feeling?
Like,
about
they
that?
over here, like the crew over there in Essos. You know what, they had them three boys, like one covered in honey and another one covered in some other types of sauces or something. Like, yeah, that is some heinous things. And apparently we were misinformed. I will recall something that I had said previous. That it was thought that little boy that we saw in the cell was maybe going to end up being Dayron as a cover, but Dayron is in Old Town. So that little boy is very likely just a bastard of Aegon and may end up being Gaiman. I'm still not convinced it's Gaiman though, but it seems like it could be likely.
Yep. I'm not ready for the next episode either, Bridget. I don't want it to end. It's like I was just telling Phantom in the back. I was like, man, it's like, that same pit you had in your stomach when you're done reading the books and there's nowhere else to go after you've been in it for so long. Like, what are we gonna do for a whole year?
Aha! They are both Caswell.
What's that?
They are both Caswell.
And that's what I was just asking about in the chat. Also, I'm going to have to look that up because there's a lot of bigger channels that covered this. A lot of mainstream channels that were saying, House Cassell, Northern House had people
unless some
up there
IMDb is wrong,
and they had spoken to them as well.
Yeah, you never know. But
I can check it out later.
Get back in. Yeah, that was I don't know, that little kid.
What did I tell you about House Caswell though? I don't remember.
It could have been DJ because the way how they said House Caswell.
when you met him on the stairs, I said, "Remember that guy? He's going to be a big deal later."
Mhm.
The show be taking different liberties, so
Yeah,
we never
okay.
know how much they're going to stay like out there on the books or just kind of.
Well, we also don't know. I mean, if the books were even accurate, really.
Yeah, true.
There's two different accountings, yeah, depending on
Yeah,
which Maestros version you read.
there's about 3 different accountings in the book.
Yeah, and different characters. So Amon just can't help but let it slip out to Cole that he feels more aptly suited for the role of king, and it should be him. And Kristen's just nonchalant, like, "Yeah, you're not the first man to want what's so freely given to another. Like, welcome to the second sun life, kid." I was like, I like that little bitch slap. Like, get over it. Like, you are hardly the first and won't be the last.
Man, if Allison said that freaking Eamon would be rightfully more than Aegon, he would have been like, "Sure, you're right." You know, like, get out of here.
I love how these highborns are always complaining about shit, like their life be so tough. Like, oh, woe is me. Oh,
Right.
shut the fuck up and sit down.
The girl tells Eric's that she can introduce him to one who knows where Aegon is, but not before meeting with a hand. And first off, she knows she's playing with fire, right? And second, like, wasn't the White Worm Damon's moniker? Didn't they call? I thought they called Damon the White Worm.
Really?
Not that I recall. That's always been Massaria. She's either the White Worm or Lady Misery were her two nicknames.
I remember that, Masseria and Lady Misery. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, so that made me think: is the White Worm just a moniker that they call whoever's running the Underground Information Society at that time?
No, they called Damon the Lord of Flea Bottom. Chat, do y'all remember that? Book readers, wasn't it always Massaria that was the White Worm, or did Damon have that?
I know his dragon is the Red Worm.
Yeah, his dragon is the Red Worm. Yeah, I don't think he's ever been called the White Worm.
But that was a comparison. Like, his dragon's the Red Worm, and they called him the White Worm. I don't know. Yeah, I must be getting them mixed up. But I could have swore that that's what they called Damon, because he was the old school Varys and getting all the info on everybody. Bunch of cut scenes like Viserys and Allison's wedding. I want to see that. Yeah, we got to wait for the DVD to come out. Probably get all those, the director's cuts. You guys were nervous. I couldn't even come up with a lie. Yeah, exactly. How are you not going to have a backup story? That was my whole thing. Like, how are you not going to say something? Speak.
You could have easily lied your way out of that. But he looked nervous. His voice was trembling. I mean, kudos to the actor for playing it up. But Caswell, bruh, have you really never had to tell a lie in your life? You got to do better than that.
House Bell, the last guy thinks he's a Merryweather. Oh, you thought it's House Merryweather? The first guy. No, the big guy was Sorry, is what I read.
How sorry, yeah.
That's what
I don't know. I don't know who the other guy is. Caswell was never in the dungeons. Now that's an old question. Yeah, we got past that.
Yeah, they're getting back behind special features. Oh, that Lord
was going whoring.
Kingslanders have the best ones.
That would have been believable.
Absolutely. So Lord that tried to flee got caught and brought to the hand, and these lords need to be able to come up with a better story a bit faster, like we've been saying. And like, how are you going to get caught and like trying to run and not have a cover story in place is just absolutely ridiculous to me. And once they sent him to death, Otto tells Larry's that he notices how much time he's been spending with his daughter, and Larry's is quick to say like, there's no reason that we can't be down as well. So is Larry's going to try to play Otto and Allison against each other, fandom? Like, they're already battling to see who's going to have Aegon's ear. So what's going to happen with that?
What in the world? Oh, my apologies. But I don't think playing against each other, but just show like, I can scratch your back. Also, I've been scratching your daughter's back, but I'm not going to tell you I've been scratching your daughter's back, but I can also scratch your back. Because ever since he's returned, I don't think we ever got like a scene between Larys and Otto, have we, until this moment?
Yeah.
So it's like this is like the beginning between like Otto now, like, hey, you can use me, as he's pretty much done that with his daughter, but not with feet, obviously. You don't know what's it specifically gonna be.
Hey, Santivia, good to see you. Felix was dead during the High Valerian lesson scene with Ray. Keep going. Whatever happened to lying? Everybody got Ned Stark's disease. Exactly. You got a label up there.
Like bro, what?
Save your neck.
Like, do better, y'all.
Oh, man. Absolutely. He said Felix was killed dead. I'm so glad the Silent Sisters showed up and did their job. If I never have to see Viserys' gaunt, ghoulish face again, it will be too soon. I mean, that man was not looking right in the end. My God, he didn't even look human. That was
the Crypt Keeper looked healthier than him.
Oh, it was dastardly too much. I couldn't handle it. Allison finally decides to fill her knees in on the fact that her cousin and king has passed, and Rainey's is heated. She's like, "I know you did not try to keep me locked in this room as a hostage. Like, I don't know, how would you go about that, AK?"
I don't know that there's any better way to have played that situation, given the circumstances. And Rainey's, y'all know, for everybody that be watching with me and the ladies, Auntie Nisi, as we call her, she let Allison think, she had the upper hand and she had the right of things. She let her talk her shit. And then she pulled out the book on her like, okay, before you try to tell me what's going on in my house, peep game. Bitch, how you gonna come to me with a deal and give me some stuff that I already own?
Right, exactly.
If you want Driftmark, it'll be yours. Corliss is not dead. Corliss is still alive. It's already hers. And he already has set up his succession. It's going to go technically to Luke on paper, but we really know it's actually going to Bela, who Luke is betrothed to. So I don't understand what leverage you really thought you had. And Rainey's read her for filth and told her nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. You claim that you think I should have been on the throne. You claim all this other stuff, but look at you. You still just a pawn for these men to use you. You want to talk about women power? Don't come at me with that nonsense. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're not trying to get free of your prison. You're just trying to put a window up to make yourself a little tiny bit more comfortable. That's it.
Yep.
It's absurd. It's absurd. Auntie Nisi read her for filth. I loved every moment of it. And I think she handled it the best way she could. Because there at that point in time, there wasn't any her getting out of that room at all. So she stayed on the down low, was just biding her time to see what might happen.
I absolutely agree with all that, fandom.
Couldn't say it better myself.
Was that just a pathetic attempt on Allison's part to try and plead with the mother and Rainey's? Like, Rich, I already had my throne taken away from me. I'm not trying to hear shit you trying to say about this situation. Like, yeah, like you said, like, who is she thinking she's messing with me? Come on. Just get real with it. Allison does her best to try to persuade the queen that never was, but Rainey's reminds her the words of her house. Our house are not, reminds her that the words of her house are not fickle. And she is not having it. Like, Rainey's is such a boss. What's that?
Not today, bitch. Not today.
I'm not trying to hear it. Damon's Dragon's called the Red Room. Yep, I thought he was called the White Room. Rainey's asked Allison a real question, though. Have you never thought of yourself on the Iron Throne? Do you think she has?
I love that line that she said. That I'm like, wow, and all this time, like you're just so fixated. Okay, let me get my son on the throne. Let's make sure what I'm doing, what my father has said, X, Y, and Z. But it's like, wait a minute. I probably could have put my own self on the damn throne.
Did you see the look on her face? Like that I don't even think it ever dawned on her that could be a thing. Even knowing that Rhaenys is the queen that never was. Even knowing that Rhaenyra is the named heir. She never in a million years imagined that. And when Rhaenys said it, she was just like, she had no rebuttal for that. She didn't know where to go. Her brain exploded.
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, she's like, oh, maybe she sees me for more. Maybe I'm not as slick as I think I am.
Bitch. No.
I'm not hiding it. He's like, I'm not hiding his thought. I'm not fooling anybody.
And the thing that got me about that part, though, is when they were talking later, it was saying because they wanted to win Melees to their side. You don't get a dragon without the rider. And if you want to know how a dragon's going to respond to you and your nonsense, look at the personality of the rider. You should have known that wasn't going to work.
Yeah. He said, check the necklace, that was House Merryweather. But the two of them have very similar necklaces on. I almost thought that was like, because I didn't see
I could barely see them, and I didn't feel like pausing to go
I didn't see their stamps. I have to look closer, but I didn't see their stamps. Yeah, I went in and read a couple articles or whatever, and yeah, they were saying that was House Sorry, so I'm not sure if that's correct or not.
Every time I see Merryweather, I'm thinking of the boxer.
Wow, I was thinking hobbits.
So what do you think, fandom? Has Allison pictured herself on that throne before? Has she had some throne thoughts?
Hell no. That look said it itself.
Not exactly. She said nope. She's like, I just want to put my boy there and run it through him. I'm not trying to sit up there and scratch my arse.
Even Cersei sat on the damn throne. Come on now.
Hey,
Cersei a different breed of chick, though.
of course, Alicent wanted Rhaenys on her side. She has one of the biggest and oldest dragons. And speaking of dragons, like, one, why is Corlys off alone getting his ass kicked in a war when he could have had his number one boo be backing him up there with the ultimate firepower and advantage? And two, where's Sea Smoke during all this? Since old boy bounced, like, what's going on with Sea Smoke?
Probably on Driftmark. I can't imagine that they would send Sea Smoke to the Dragon Pit at King's Landing. I think he's just on Drift. He's just at Driftmark because if I remember correctly, we don't see him have a rider after Laenor until the random bastard shows up. So I think that's going to be a thing, and y'all know the theory that I put out on that. We'll see how that plays out though.
But aren't you like Born with the Dragon Till Death situation, or no?
That's what I'm saying.
So with the show now, if he's still alive, like, is he gonna like come back?
He comes back as the bastard. Because by the time this happens, a whole bunch of people are dead. There's not too many people gonna still be around that would recognize him. So if only Daddy Corlys is hanging around, or Auntie Nisi is hanging around, they ain't gonna just go shout to the help that, hey, my son is back. They just gonna recognize, okay, bastard, fine, come on. He bonds with Sea Smoke. Okay, cool. Well, my son used to ride that dragon, but go ahead, because we need riders.
I just like, how did Sea Smoke let him get away in the first place? Like, how did he let him go?
He was told to stay.
I guess, man, that dragon bond. It seems like
if he didn't stay, that would pretty much be a huge indicator. Maybe your son isn't dead.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. And like, I don't know, why is Corlys over there taking L's when he could have just had wifey come up and just protect his six with the dragon? Like, what? I don't even understand.
You can say the same thing when the whole war against what's his face, oh my gosh. Yeah,
the crab.
Yeah, leader. Like his wife wasn't there.
Well, he had Laenor and Daemon.
I could add another damn dragon.
It seems like 2 dragons against none would be plenty. Like,
I mean, I think Uncle C, I believe is what we dubbed him. Uncle C was just restless, and he needed to clear his head. I don't think he is on a level with his brother to have his brother in charge. I think he might see a little bit of his ambition, so he's not going to leave and not leave a stout soldier in his place holding his seat. Who better to do that than Auntie Nisi? I think that's why she was there with her dragon, and she's fostering Baela, so she's not going to take Baela into war. Even though we know they're both dragon riders. They're not going to care about jumping on a dragon and fucking some shit up if they have to. But, you got to go with the optics. You have to do and stay in the parameters that you can to properly operate. So if he's gone, wifey got to be there to run the house.
Yeah, we're going to get there, absolutely. Sydney, the romantic in the house. Welcome back.
Hey,
yeah, that's such a great scene at the end, though. We're going to get there, absolutely. Sorry. No, I think it's Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's Orry.
Just spelled
very purposely done by Germ. I don't think she fathoms women's rights.
What's up, you guys?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Probably season 2.
Well, it's the Black Council. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't at least see him. I mean, receiving a note or sending a raven or something to Dragonstone.
We are definitely seeing Corlys.
Yeah,
for sure. Mysteria sure is playing a dangerous game. Like, why ever reveal herself to the hand? Like, it'd be so much safer to just stay anonymous. Like, did she really need that FaceTime so badly? She could have had a proxy relay those demands, fandom. Like, why is she?
I thought that proxy was gonna do it, but then when she came, I'm like, so you're not afraid that something's gonna happen to you?
Yeah. Like, how? That just made no sense to me. It's like, I mean, she demanded she wasn't going to sit with the Erics. Like, she definitely wanted to sit with the hand. And what was that? Just so Flea Bottom? I mean, the hand that nobody there knew that was the hand. He was like undercover incognito too. So I don't know.
Bro, he didn't he have like the
No, he
hand of
was
the
not
king?
incognito.
Did he have
My
the hand of
boy
King Bro
had his
showing?
little half a cloak on
He had
with the
cloak
damn
on.
symbol right there. The symbol was still showing though.
You could
He
buy
can't
that at the
see.
corner store at Flea Bottom.
No,
Everybody had
you
those.
know
Those were
what? You know what? Not, and we talked about that last night too. But now that I'm really thinking about it, that's kind of a brilliant move because that shows you a little bit of the inner workings of Otto. Like that first scene that we really got of him at the funeral when he got brought back. We see him, fixing up the damn symbol, making sure the brooch is pinned on there right. And now here again, even when you're supposed to be incognito, you're supposed to try to hide your identity. He's still out there. His face is only half covered, and he very clearly is flashing that symbol. That's his hubris. He has to let people know how important he is in some kind of way wherever he goes. That it second son syndrome to the extreme,
Let
basically.
everybody know who I am. Just bling blinging it.
Yep, he thought he was running shit, but I think he vastly miscalculated who he was talking to. He thinks that he got her later a little bit on in the episode, but I think he's going to find out that, he's not ready for the game that she's on.
No, yeah, exactly. She's not going to get thought of that. She had to know. She saw that.
Absolutely. If you're a spy master, you think you're going to actually be at where everyone thinks you live?
Yeah, you gotta be better than that. And Masseria tried to be hard, but as soon as Otto said, "I will remember," I think she knew right then and there. She might have been.
I think she knew even before he said that.
Yeah, I mean, she's ready for it, but she might have bitten off a little more than she wanted because you already see what's coming, and she knows it's coming at that point. Like she saw that look in his face, like, "Oh, Masseria shouldn't have shown herself." But I love what she said to Otto, saying, "There is no power except for what the people allow you to take." Absolutely, that is very cool. Oh, what's up? We got Iron Tron in the chat. What's up, bro? Good to see you.
What up, Ion?
Narcissism is a killer. You know it. Eric's there to do the job, get the prince back, and go about life as usual. But brother Eric's eyes are open. Like he sees just how unworthy this kid is and realizes there's got to be a better way. And we soon see just how over it is he is when his brother is forced to duel with Crispy, and he doesn't go to his aid. He just kind of Homer Simpsons into the background. So.
I was wondering about that too, but it made sense the way they were trying to play it and show a little bit of the divide.
Because throughout the episode, I was feeling that. He was like, why should I, just go help search for this king? He's unworthy. See what he pretty much does in his spare time. I was like, is something going to happen where he's just going to just bound to just not care? Same thing when it came to like Aegon was talking to Aemon. I was like, when he's saying, oh, you don't have to like bring me back, I can just sail off and just be somewhere else.
Yeah, you think Aemon was having second thoughts about finding his brother? Because as soon as Aegon said, let me go and I'll be on the next ship out of here, never to be heard from again, Aemon started thinking like,
I think it was a fleeting thought there, but he was like, no, we out here on a mission. We got to go do. I mean, the boy will do his duty, to a fault a little bit. But by the time the whole thing was over, like after the fight, and then that last time he snatched Aegon up, he did have a look on his face like, damn it, one little shank is all I needed. This shit could have been over.
Not even shank. He was like, until Krispy Kreme came up and put his hand on him, on those thoughts, he was like, man, I could just let you go and get on a boat and I'll be king. Like he thought he was having them thoughts and thinking serious about it. I mean, he had to be thinking, I'm out here trying to track this fool down when I should have been helping him with an escape plan. I think he was kind of mad at himself for not seeing that one through. And I love the scene with Alicent letting Daddy know that the days of him making all the decisions is over. Like, this is the main reason Alicent wants Aegon on the throne, so she can be the true voice in power and have him do her bidding. Woo! Really
make her think that she's doing everything, but in reality, no.
That's what I was about to say, because Otto still has that way of letting her know that he only sees her as a little girl. He let her talk her shit, yeah. And how does he end that conversation? Like, oh, you look just like your mama right there. You so cute.
Exactly.
He don't care what she's talking about.
As you wish. And I was listening. Like I said, she said, listen up. This is how it's going to be. And there was nothing left for him to say, but you remind me of your mother.
Because didn't he say the same thing to her? I know, was it episode 2, was it? Before he's about to go out to Dragonstone, he's like, oh, you look like your mother or something when she had her dress
like that,
on.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so she was gonna get him so she could be the true power before Daddy did. And everything all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
Allison returns to her chambers hoping for a little respite, but there is no rest for the wicked because evil doesn't sleep. And I was like, how creepy. Her husband just passed, and she comes back to her room to find Gollum waiting for her. Like, how creepy indeed. I had no
Who
idea where this was going.
who expected to see the freaking live action OnlyFans in Westeros?
Unbelievable.
Mm.
Unbelievable. That scene just caught me off guard. I'm just like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh boy.
Better let
I was
Aegon.
saying this in the other stream. It's like, imagine just pitching to someone, hey, you should watch House of the Dragons. One episode, you see the prince masturbating outside the window. A few episodes later, you see this scene.
I mean, I'm all for you doing you. Get your freak on for whatever serves your purpose. As long as you're not harming others.
Oh
But
my god. Oh my
this
god.
woman's husband just passed. The corpse hasn't even left the building. Like, can she get a breath?
You see what Chris Small said?
Oh, man.
Only souls. I love it. I love it.
So this is just, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Loris is just the worst. The worst.
Oh.
And our homie AU Pacmiel has a theory
Welcome,
that
Chris Smalls.
Loris. Yes, welcome. He has a theory that Loris might be faking his clubfoot, but it would be interesting to see if that is actually true and to see how that played out. But this is a thing that has been a lifelong thing. Like you're born with the clubfoot. So Lord Strong don't move shifty like that. So I can't imagine that he would be faking and his dad didn't know about it. But Loris is a creepy dude. I don't know. Maybe he just talked them into, this is what I need to do, Father. And, he's good with his words. So maybe he is. It's a very interesting theory that I'm keeping an eye on.
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, Jamie Dana's sister. Yeah. Yeah, that was. I mean,
Yeah.
for some reason, the feet got me worse. I don't know why.
I don't think anybody saw that coming. Like once I figured it out, I was like, ew, okay, he nasty. But then she turned sideways, and I was like, oh, wait, that's a whole another level. No, pineapples, I don't want it. Mm-mm.
Who spread butt cheeks? I don't remember that.
What? Oh no, that was in the brothel. In the brothel,
Oh, it was
when
a brothel?
Damon
I thought it
took
was a
Rhaenyra
creep
in there. No, there was a whole live asshole on the screen for like 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
They showed Aemon sitting there thinking by the fire. What kind of dastardly thoughts you think he was having, Phantom?
Repeat what you just said. 'Cause it was the whole asshole thing. My mind just went, what the
We kind of had a montage going through, and they were showing Aemon sitting there thinking by the fire, like deep in thought. Like, you think he was thinking, like, maybe I should have just let him go and I would have been king? Or
Exactly. That's what it pretty much was for me.
Yeah.
What's up, Chris Smalls? Good to see you. Good to have you out here. Oh, as Rhaenyra sits wondering what she's going to do next, a knight in shining armor comes busting through the door for a rescue, and Sir Eric has had enough. And right is right, and he knows which side he's ready to take a stand for. So he's going to grab her and make his way out. And as the two make their escape, we're all reminded of how real the stakes are as they pass or didn't make it, hung in the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I got so giddy when Sir Eric said, "Come, me lady, the Blackwater's this way." Like, I don't know. That part of the bay is just like its own little special character to me. I was like, just hearing stuff from Game of Thrones is so tight like that. But so who was that hooded man that was walking away from the manse on fire? Is that anyone in particular or just a random locust Larry's goon?
Yeah, I think it's just a rando.
Random goon.
I don't think that was anybody major. So we figured that was Myseria's place that was burnt down, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what the consensus around the realm is that I've heard.
But do you think there's any way she's dead? I mean, she made it out of
Hell no.
No, I don't think she was there to begin with.
Sir didn't make it, absolutely. Oh, man. But so if she's dead, we don't think she's dead. If not, you think she's going to blame the hand for doing this and go after him and not realize it was actually Alicent who made this go down?
I wouldn't be surprised. But then again, she would know.
I think she would know.
If she knew that place was going to be burned down, she would have an inkling as to who was the people who had incorporated
Who actually
the whole thing.
did it.
So now she knows, okay, it's not just Otto I gotta look out for. It's also Allison and Laris as well.
Yep.
One of Larry's foot soldiers, absolutely. One of his
Yo, this whole stream, we gotta like literally just like constantly filter out this entire chat because it's so fair.
I mean, yeah, she's not wrong though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, hey, these guys know how to pull off arson. They got it done at Harrenhal. Now they got it done here.
Yeah, very true.
They kill Otto. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think there's a chance she might have thinks the hand did this, and that might be a problem for him when it was. Yeah,
It wouldn't really be a mistake though. I mean, he deserves to go like 5 times over now, anyways.
Oh man, absolutely, absolutely, too easy. But yeah, that would be so scary getting swept up in that moving mob of people. Like Rainey's is not a young woman. I was afraid she was going to lose her footing and get trampled out there. I was like, no, we can't have her going on.
Really? I thought it would be more plausible that she would get snuck by an assassin.
Really?
There's that too. All them people out there, if somebody knew who she was.
They were escaping, so I'm pretty sure by the time they got to that street, her absence was noticed.
Yeah, she was a little better hidden though than 01.
We already know how security is in that whole freaking place.
But then again, yeah, you're right.
I'll be surprised. I'll be like, wait a minute. So you're able to find her escaping. But all this other stuff, you're like, wait, where is the prince? Where is the princess? What's going on?
Well, no, see, I don't blame him for the prince. He didn't know where Aegon went because Aegon said, yo, stay over there. I'm going this way.
Well, I'm just saying Rhaenys might not be as nimble as she once was. That's all. But so Aegon's riding the royal procession to the Thunderdome to be dubbed king, and he couldn't look more miserable. Like Mama said, do you know what has been done to give you this day? Like, or even better, like Eric said, many men have died seeking what you are fleeing from. Like, is he really smart knowing he's just not fit to be king, or just a spoiled brat trying to duck responsibility, Phantom?
Yeah, pretty much that.
He's just a
spoiled brat. Then again, it's like, can you really blame him? It's like, they're saying this in Heidi stream. It's like, throughout his entire life, it's like, who's the ones that were saying, like, he should be king? It's mainly his mother, but it's like, he didn't really want it. Because his father didn't even, like, tell him, like, maybe you should be, or even just elaborate on, like, why he wanted Rhaenyra to become the heir.
See, I don't think he should have had to do that. And I don't think he needed to do that. That decision was made before Aegon was even born. So that's just what it is. And he's known that since he was born. He's never showed any ambition. I mean, at least that we've seen. He's never showed any ambition for wanting the throne. Like, this happened very quickly. The original story that we know is it took at least a week. Either way, extra time was needed to get this boy and convince him to go up there and take the throne. Or just like they did here, basically hold him at dagger point and say, put this on, go over there and say, yay, I'm going to be the king, and shut the fuck up. Just do what we tell you to do, and you'll be fine.
Aegon just out there trying to make babies for
so right. And there was a meme for that too. He was just out there trying to fuck bitches, trying to get drunk. You know, I think the caption was, in another life, Aegon would have been the perfect son that Robert Baratheon wanted.
Honestly?
Which, if you take away the rape, take the rape out of that.
Aegon is a low-key psychic. He is a psycho, 100%. He's not.
Yeah, there's no low-key. Yeah, he absolutely is. Yeah, he absolutely is. And you see how the crowd got into his head after that.
Absolutely. Seems like the chat's talking about maybe go ahead and let Aegon be there, show what a bad king he is, and then maybe have him just disappear and nobody's going to ask too many questions because they know he'd be a better king anyway, get Daemon on the throne. What do you think about that?
I don't know about that one.
I mean, it was a good idea. Put him on there. He see how terrible he is, and then just disappear.
Just arrange an accident. I mean, would it be terrible though? He wouldn't be running shit. It would either be his mama or Otto.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. It's funny how something as important as a prophecy etched into the dagger can be lost in time. Like, such an important piece, and it ended up in the hands of Littlefinger 200 years later. Like, you think Littlefinger knew what he had in that dagger, Phantom?
Oh, no. Like, even freaking Aegon didn't even damn know. Like, the last person to, like, know, well, for now, that is, was Rhaenyra. That was like the
Yep.
last person. And then literally as it was passed down to Aegon, I was like, oh, of course Allison didn't freaking know. And now he doesn't damn know. So then next is going goes down. Like who else would pretty much know?
Littlefinger be scheming. I bet he read it in a book
Hell,
somewhere, or
just
heard
stop,
something,
dude.
or got some
It
lore
wouldn't have
somewhere.
been in a book.
He knew what was on that dagger. He knew what was
That
up.
no,
He got
that
the
part would
dagger
not
on
have been
purpose.
in a book.
What's up, chat? Did Littlefinger know what was on that dagger? My
I would
man,
rather think that freaking Tyrion possibly knew.
he
I'll
has.
buy you if you say that.
You think
Maybe.
Tyrion would be able to find
Maybe. Like
the
the one
scrolls on that?
percent. 1%.
I don't know. I mean, between the two, if one of them is actually going to find it, yeah, I'll give you that. It would be Tyrion, but I don't think either of them knew. Littlefinger, absolutely not, because if that's the case, he wouldn't have let that dagger out of his sight.
Littlefinger wouldn't have.
Yeah, I don't think he
Well,
would
I
have.
don't know. For such a plot like this, he might have, and always known where it was. But man, I mean,
Nah,
that's a good
man.
point. Something that important, maybe he wouldn't have. But man, no.
Like well, he didn't give it, but he lost it in that random bet, and then it got into Joffrey's hands somehow and given to the damn Catspaw. Nah. If Littlefinger knew that how important that dagger was and what was written on it, he would not have let it out of his sight at all.
Nope, they didn't know. None of them knew. Yep.
None of them knew.
None of them knew.
And,
Yep.
and I wonder about that. I wonder about that. Because it's clear, I think, that Daemon and Viserys both know. Because, like, Daemon, he was doing the same thing Rhaenyra was, going through those books and looking at the prophecies and trying to figure out different pieces of the puzzles and whatnots. Why is it Viserys never told any of the other boys? Because if both him and his brother knew, then that seems standard that you're going to tell potential heirs what's happening.
Maybe.
Why didn't any of that pass down?
Because none of them were the next heir. You only tell the next heir. That's why he told.
Then why does Daemon know?
Does he know?
Who said Daemon knew about it?
Yes, I'm very certain Daemon knows. And yeah, you're right. Imagination. Yeah, Daemon was also heir at one
I
point.
was about to say, yeah, Daemon.
You're right.
was.
You're right. Okay.
Maybe that's obviously why. And yet the dagger is the cat's paw, the one that they tried to kill Bran with. So yeah, it was absolutely in the GOT. 100%.
But the prophecy thing is a show only, though, right?
What's that?
Yes.
The prophecy is a
Yes.
show only.
Yes,
Right,
correct.
yeah, that
Correct.
wasn't in there. Almost everyone has forgotten to remember the name of it. Yeah, that Littlefinger can read. I don't know. Can Littlefinger read High Valyrian?
I honestly don't remember.
If
But
he's trying to
Littlefinger, being who Littlefinger is, I very much think he did learn hybrid. Actually, yes, I would say yes, because he was fostered at River Run. And he basically went to school, you could say, with Catelyn and her siblings. So all Highborns learned Valyrian. Him being there, being fostered, he would have learned it also.
Why would they be learning High Valyrian though?
Because all Highborns are taught it.
No, only Targaryens. Most Highborns can't speak it. That's why they like speaking it in front of everybody, because nobody can understand them. It's like their own special little language.
Well, for Targaryens, for them there it is. They learn it, but I'm saying they don't keep it, but it is taught. Littlefinger seems like the dude that would remember a different language for whatever his reasons.
Daemon was there. Yep, absolutely. Daemon was there. The only Targaryen keepers may keep it. Oh, while being shoved through the streets, Rhaenyra looks up and sees that they're heading to none other than the Dragon Pit, and things may just work out for her at all. After all. And the people pack in to hear Otto blather on about his grandson to be king, and at first the plebs are a little quiet, but then all erupt and seem to be elated that it will indeed actually be a male heir and not a woman to sit on the throne. And even Otto was a little shocked on how much they were into it. Like, he even looked a little taken back by that. But
Was he?
You didn't think so when he looked? Like when they all started cheering?
Say that again?
When they all started cheering and then they really started cheering for Aegon, like Otto even was taken back, like, ooh, I didn't realize they were going to take to him this well. Like,
I got to rewatch the episode.
They I don't think it's them taking to him that well. I think it's they basically are looking at all those guards there, and they're like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's a small folk. They're going to do whatever they're told to do, and it seems like, somebody started clapping. Obviously, this is there. He's wearing the crown. This is our king now, so yeah, we clap for him. And Aegon started feeling himself. I think Otto looked surprised because maybe he didn't think it was going to run that smoothly. But I don't think he's delusional enough to think that they actually want Aegon as their king.
Oh, it sounds like, I mean, they're all cheering. They sound like they're in for it.
I
Bran
think they're
held the
just
dagger.
scared.
Bran held the dagger, so I'm sure he knows. Absolutely, he would have known without holding the dagger. He knows.
Well,
all.
he knew definitely.
Littlefingers is from Bravo, so he likely knows.
That's right. His family is also from Bravos. I forgot about that too.
Speaking multiple dialects. Why would they teach High Valyrian at Riverrun? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't think all High Valyrians do it.
Or maybe that was just a show thing then, because I'm pretty sure Bran and someone else was practicing with it before. But
I thought no one knew High Valyrian except for the little. Yep, exactly. I'm pretty sure that it's way. No, Arya didn't know Valyrian. She learned it in Bravos. Yep. House of Black and White. Jackie. And various from Essos knew High Valyrian too. So Rhaenys takes this opportunity to slip away with all eyes on the Kings, and I have to admit, I was getting a little fired up when Aegon like unsheathed Blackfire and started pumping it in the air. Like both Moms and Otto gave that look like, uh-oh, like what have we done? And Otto can't believe just how much the crowd loved him, and I don't know why, but for some reason, I started getting fired up when he started getting the crowd.
Get out of here!
Nah.
I was getting swept up in the moment.
Helena and Aemond were a whole ass mood. Their look,
she
the looks
barely
on their faces said everything.
He'd even bow.
Oh,
they both did their little head nods, and Helena just looked away as soon as it happened. She was done. She was done.
She was like, "Hurry up, beast!" beneath the headboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're scared. Much. They're nervous now. They're like, "Uh-oh, the people take to him. He's going to take to it." Like you put, just like Tyrion said, you crown a monster. You see what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't surprised that the people were clapping that much because was it in episode 3 or 4 when Rhaenyra and Daemon went into the sneak into the city. Like when they put on that play, it was like a lot of people were just against her being, a queen on the throne.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So just them hearing like, oh, so it's gonna be,
Aegon
on the throne. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I think that was real. They all just got forced into a room and the applause sign got lit up.
Pretty much.
I think Littlefinger could understand a bit of Valyrian mediation with that Sobrathel connection. Absolutely. I mean, plus Littlefinger's just got that game.
He's a dude that doesn't like to know things, so he would educate himself.
Yeah, a lot of it could get lost. I'm definitely not speaking it. Small folk don't care who sits on their own throne. They just want, yep, exactly. They just want
pretty much
never get involved. Absolutely. They said that in Game of Thrones. The fist pump was annoying as fuck. I was getting into it. I was like, bring it. These people fired up.
Not at all.
Oh, based on the play, the people favored the male. Yep, they showed that earlier. So, just as everybody's celebrating treason, bump a rumble, and many took a tumble as Rhaenys and Meleys come bursting through the floor. And now I'm not so sure how this happened without Rhaenys being completely crushed. But I was all for it when she had him cowering, please don't barbecue us for doing treason. Locking you up is just jokes. I'm sorry. Oh, I was loving that. And that was sweet when Meleys just gave out that roar, showing what, this is what's going to happen.
The Red Queen.
Play around again. That look Rhaenys gave Alicent was everything. She should have just fried them all right then and there and just been done with it. What do you think, Phantom?
Yeah, but then we wouldn't have a season 2 and onward,
It would have killed the whole show.
At least kill one named character. That's what I was hoping. At least kill just one named character. Maybe Kristen, and then I'll have been even more happy. And then good. That's in episode 9. Call it a day.
I mean, yeah, everybody is saying that, and I get it. I totally understand it. But not even would we not really have a story. There wouldn't be a season 2. It'd be like a 90-minute movie. That's about it. There's not a whole lot of story to go around if you take out the whole camp right there. I don't know that I really would have enjoyed the aftermath of that. But also, politically, it's not a good look. It's not a good look, and it would not have been such an easy takeover. There's so many more things that could have gone wrong, but that's not a story I would have wanted to watch, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Maylee's is a gorgeous girl indeed. My new favorite dragon, 100%.
Yes, she was. Yes, she
Maylee's
was.
is
She
my new favorite dragon. That
came up just as regal as the queen, sitting on top of her with the badass freaking armor,
so
with
dope.
the scales looking perfectly cut to fit her form, just looking spectacular.
Oh, that look she gave Allison was that was
Auntie Nisa came through, as we say on my channel. Yo, there be the dragon.
But that boy is not a boy anymore, not even a teenager anymore, and he just got dubbed king. Why is he hiding behind his mother's skirts? Like, not very kingly in my opinion. Like, she's standing there like she's gonna block.
I don't care if you're a damn king. That's a dragon.
Right?
Dragon.
But you gonna go hide behind your mama though?
A dragon. And I don't even got my dragon with me. Get out of here.
Oh,
Granted, then again, even though this is the Targaryens in the show don't burn, but still, dragon. In the words of Eddie Murphy, dragon.
right? Exactly. I was like, Maylee's must have used wings so Rhaenys didn't get knocked out. Yeah, I'm like, she would have been dead coming up through a floor like that, but I was all for the scene, so I let it go. Absolutely. But yeah, Maylee's new favorite, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what. Eating that's what it would have had to been. There's no way you could have taken any one of them out with the Drakars without taking out all the rest of them. Them flames are wide and they are hot, so there is no just take out one of them. That literally impossible. The physics would not add up. But she could have grabbed a couple of them in her mouth and flew away. I would have been cool with that.
Oh,
but I do agree though that there were a bunch of innocent people dead and a bunch of small folk dead in there, and I didn't like that. But yeah, this is war.
exactly.
Sadly, when these high lords play their games, the small
what did
folk
Otto
die.
say? Sometimes a few people got to go. Sometimes a few innocents got to go for the greater good. I'm like, yeah, that would have. I don't know. That would have been regicide. But man, I'll tell you what. Definitely the best scene of the episode. I agree.
Absolutely.
The dragon was beautiful. Rhaenyra didn't get hurt because Maylee's had her wings protecting her like an umbrella.
Highly possible.
The folks should be helping isn't cool. Hey, he got in the way. Some of them people, some of them folks that got
they didn't know they were in the way.
They didn't want to die, but they did when they came busting through there. You know how many people got knocked out then?
They were coughing too damn much. Even in the subtitles, it said people coughing.
I know, that was awesome. Like, man, you better get that COVID ass to the back. What are you thinking? I'll give it to them, though. The Greens have courage. Like, both Otto and the Queen stood steadfast in the face of that dragon. Like, if this is it, so be it. Like, that was fairly gangster on both their parts. And Kristen even tried to hold Allison back, but she wasn't having it. She's like, I got a dragon to face down. And I was like, I gave it to Allison in that moment. Like, she wasn't scared. She wasn't afraid. She didn't bow down. But Red Queen just looked so majestic flying out of there. Like, Maylee's is definitely my favorite dragon. But yeah, I don't know. I give it to the High Tower standing up to the dragon like that. They didn't cower. They didn't run. They stood up.
Where were they going to run, though, realistically?
I think I'd have taken my chances and tried to bounce and dip behind some concrete or some rock somewhere. Like, I'm not trying to stand in front of this dragon. I'm not giving you that option. I'm out. I'm gonna try. A king should shield and protect. He's like, I'm gonna hide.
No, the first thing the boys said when they dragged him out was, "Take me to my mother." You ain't no king, bruh.
At first, he was like, "Where's the white worm?" or something like that, which was weird. And then he's like, "Take me to my mother."
He said it was a white worm. Then we paid. Then why did you pay the ransom? Take me to my mother. Just shut the hell up, you little bitch.
Oh man, targets in the show do burn, a couple don't. Absolutely. She could have ate at least one. Like, man, just take out Krispy Kreme.
Grabbing a few. I would have been down for that. Grab Otto and grab Crispy. Leave Helena alone. If you want to scoop up Aegon too, I'm cool with that. But the fire, I really don't think that would have worked. But politically, that would have also looked very bad for Rhaenys. And we know how the politic can be going in this. No, it doesn't matter the war. You're a kinslayer. That shit don't go away. That would have killed House Valerian, guaranteed.
Allison looked like she wanted to go a little bit. She was getting down though. She's like, oh, I'm tired. She was like, I gotta go. She knew Rhaenys wasn't about to do nothing. That was fake courage. Oh, I don't know about that. She was looking at a dragon. You never know what a dragon's gonna do.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. And Helena was low key happy. Yeah, I did catch that. She absolutely loves seeing Maylee's. Y'all think maybe Helena might have been hoping for Jakars too?
Who was Helena?
Yeah, Helena looked very happy to see Maylee's.
Could have been. Melee's the second biggest dragon. I think so.
I believe so after Vagar.
Oh yeah, I think this last one, second one biggest one. Might be there are two accounts of this. The same sept is half full and board of mention. Another says it was full. This could be a cheering crowds. Which one do you believe? So, do you think the sept was only half full, or do you think it was absolutely? I think it was packed out. I think the guards made it that way. They forced them in there. It wasn't sept, is the dragon pit.
I don't know. I think it's George said that this is the truest version. Now, while he does say like there's two different canons, he did also say though that this is the truest version of the event. So I'm gonna go with what I'm seeing here over what the book canon says.
Cannibal and Vrilmer are bigger than Melee's, but they're wild. Yeah, nobody's riding
either one. Yeah, they're not here right now.
Elena's like, I told you. Oh, so that's right. That's going to do it for this one. We got just a couple trivia questions. See if anybody remembers anything about the show. If you know these answers, write them in the chat. If in the chat box, if you're watching later, put them in the comments down below. How long ago did Lyman Lannister say it was that many lords pledged fealty to Rhaenyra?
20 years.
20 years
indeed. Getting it started the right way. How old did Lord Beesbury say he was?
67.
80? Was it only 60?
67.
Incorrect.
He wasn't 67?
I was thinking 80 something, but I might be off.
I sworn he said 67.
Well, he's 6 and 70, man.
76.
6 and 70. They always say it backwards.
That's 76.
What is Lord Beesbury's first name?
I forget.
Oh, is it Lyman?
It is Lyman. If the chat already has it dialed. Absolutely, everybody's on track.
Hold up, is it 67 or 76? Now I'm confused.
No, it's 6 and 70 is 76.
I'm like, this man.
You know DJ gonna gaslight you, man. Just we're on to the next question, fan.
And that's what the subtitles did say too. And I'm just like, why couldn't he just say he's 67?
He's not 67.
He's not 67. He's 76.
He's 6 and 70, which is 76.
I'm like, what the hell was that? I'm like,
70, 76.
I could be correct. That man is like senile, so.
Oh, who's currently the Lord of Storm's End?
Daemon
Boris Baratheon.
Boris Baratheon is correct. When did Aegon take Aemon to the Street of Silk?
When he was 13.
That was 13th name day. Absolutely correct. Aemon said Aegon could be in the hands of mercenaries on a ship bound for where?
Is it? I got this
somewhere
one.
in Essos.
Ooh, he said, I got this one.
I don't know.
Is it Yevie or something like that? Or
E.T. Yes, sir.
There we go.
We got it right already. Lyman, 76. The chat's crushing it.
Yeah, they got Boros too. And E.T.
No, Aegon, but they killed the king. In fact, they want him on the throne anyway. Discussing just shows how interested they are. They don't care about the realm. Yeah, everybody just went in the end. Everybody just wants power. Lemon, not Lyman.
Yeah, I think Otto's motivation there is Aegon would be a terrible king, but he could get in Aegon's head easily enough. If Aemon got on there, though, that would be a completely different story.
Absolutely. Oh, man. What's the Lord's name? I said it once. What's the Lord's name that was hung?
Caswell.
I'm not 100%.
IMBD said it.
What's his first name?
His first name I couldn't tell you.
Alum, something like that.
Alum. There you go.
There we go.
Absolutely alum. Somebody had the captions on. Well done. Oh man, UT phone home.
Damn it, Carl! You don't get chuckle points on this trivia.
Oh man, when Rhaenys exited the castle, she asked, "Where are they?" Where did Eric reply?
South of Kingsway.
South of Kingsway. My man came ready to play today. Oh, just two more. How long did Aegon say Viserys had to name him his heir, but never did?
Years. I don't remember the actual amount. What? 10
Let's
years,
see.
15 years, 20 years.
How old is he at this time?
I think he's about, what, like 22, maybe?
Say 26.
I would just look at the chat because they all got it.
I don't want to cheat this time.
They all rocked it.
Oh, chat got it then, I guess.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Way to go, chat, as usual, always in the know. And last but not least, who placed the crown upon Aegon's head?
It was Crystal.
Yeah.
So Krispy Kreme himself. Absolutely.
Krispy. Yeah, I can't call him Krispy Kreme anymore because I'm starting to hate him even more. I really like Krispy Kreme glazed donuts. They are delicious.
What pissed me off is that my
I
job
call
was
him
giving
something
out
else.
Krispy Kreme donuts today, and I was not there. I'm like,
Yeah, I
wow,
can't.
the day I don't come into work extra, they give out Krispy
Oh, that
Kreme
sucks.
donuts.
They did that on purpose. Hate crime. Yeah. That was elderly abuse. He's correct.
Man.
I'm gonna start calling him like I don't know, crispy crunch, something like that. It can't be Krispy Kreme no more.
He said there's no
Sir
donut
hate
emoji.
crime. I love that. Isn't there a donut emoji? I thought there was. Well, damn.
Sir Psycho, they all got it right.
I mean, that low key, that all of that works. The chocolate glazed Krispy Kremes are good too, and the maple glaze.
Still haven't had Krispy Kreme in my entire life.
What?
You know what,
sir?
I think
Dunkin' Donuts has always been across the street from me.
I know.
So it's like
Dunkin' Donuts is strong out there. I know. But go. You can get Krispy Kremes at the grocery store, bro.
But that's not the same though. Wouldn't I rather go in a Krispy Kreme when it's fresh? I don't know how long it's been at the store.
Sorry, I just got the call. We got to get out of here. I got to try to get to Costco before they close. It has been amazing. Thanks for. I can't wait to see everybody next Tuesday night.
Thanks for hanging, fam.
Everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week. Thanks for so many of you for showing up. I hope the week gets better from here, and I can't wait to see everybody next Tuesday to close this bad boy out. You guys have a great week. Talk to you soon. Easy.
Always bet on black.